Yeah, I mean it's tough this part of the race, and I think despite our misfortune, it's actually made us much stronger as a team, and actually we're also probably a little more rested than some of the other teams. It's often this stage of the race where a little bit of fatigue sets in. So if we play our cards right and keep the momentum up, then hopefully we can use a few of these things to our advantage, and that might be the difference between winning and losing in the next few legs. So no, we're optimistic that we can put in a good showing, and hopefully we're looking strong for the next few legs. Yeah, no, it's all gone really well here in Itajaí. It's been good actually. Our racing team have managed to have a bit of time to recover, and everyone's feeling fresh. The shore team, who became our delivery team, did a fantastic job of getting our boat up here and in really good time. And they haven't really rested. They've gone straight into all their normal jobs on the shore, and we've turned the boat around, and it's ready to launch today. And we'll be back on the water and back to our normal schedule. So it's been a brilliant effort by everyone, and we're all very, very fortunate and very happy to be turning our focus now onto the next leg 8 to Newport. Yeah, I mean we've had our setbacks, but really our goal now is to have a great leg into Newport. It's the home of 11th Hour, and also the home of Charlie and Nick Dana, a couple of hometown heroes. And judging by the welcome we got when we sailed over there in training in April of last year, I think it's going to be a fantastic reception. So really, hopefully we hope we can do everyone really, really proud and have a great result into there. The fact that it's still pretty much winter out there, unseasonably so, could mean it's a tricky finish to the leg. But we've got a lot of sailing before we get to that point, and hopefully we're in good shape when we get up there, and we can seal the deal as we go in. Yeah, I mean, it's another south to north leg now, which is, and when you're doing south to north as opposed to sort of west to east, it always makes it a bit more challenging because we go through a lot more transitions, and this leg is by no means any exception. It's going to be difficult getting out of Itajaí. Kind of where we are, it's like a big bay, so it can be very light winds, and it'll be a battle in light winds, upwind initially to get out, and basically up to Cabo Frio, which is the corner east of Rio. Even when we get up there, there's still more light winds to contend with, and the stationary South American cold front, which can provide some challenges to get across before we get to sort of more stable trade wind sailing that I think people sort of generally associate this leg with. Once we're up there, it's another doldrums crossing back into northeasterly trade winds. Then there's the sort of ridge axis that exists off Bermuda, and then into the sort of more westerly progression of highs and lows. Once we get further up, there's the Gulf Stream to contend with, and on top of all of that, we've got things like weed. I think everyone remembers from the 2014-15 race there was just so much weed on this leg that we were having to almost capsize the boat every 30 minutes or so just to clear it off. And we developed some quite nice techniques for getting rid of it. It involved hanging a bowman over the side with a weed stick, or throwing a rope over the front. So we're going to have to go back through our notes and make sure we've got the best plan for that, because if you can do it well, then you can make gains, and if you do it badly, it can be quite expensive. And we know now, there's very little margin for error in these boats, and as the legs get a little bit shorter, that becomes even more important. So definitely a challenging leg ahead. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that our position on the scoreboard doesn't really reflect how well we've sailed, but at least we can take away from the fact that when we have sort of come across some misfortune, at least we've been at the right end of the fleet and in the right place, sailing fast. So but I think that gives us a lot of encouragement for moving forward, and I think our plan is just to keep pushing forward, keep striving for those podiums. And although the overall race is probably a little bit out of touch, barring someone having sort of suffering the similar fates that we had, then I still think that third spot on the podium is attainable. So I think if we sail well, that should be our goal. And there's a lot of racing to do. I think it's almost a third of the points still available, and this end of the race gets tough. There's shorter legs, so there's less margin for error. There's also less downtime, and it all gets very intense, and there's a lot of sailing to be done in quite a little time. So hopefully we can put our best foot forward, keep doing what we're doing well, and keep improving the areas we've been weak at, and hopefully that'll translate to a podium position when we get to The Hague in a few months' time.